Alright, this is called the worst haunted houses Halloween Horror Nights had ever. In one, actually, they're really certain ones that were just horrific. There were certain ones that just should never, ever been built. And I hope whoever built it, well, I think it was Mike Roddy that built some of them, so I don't want to badmouth. He's a good friend of mine. And he was a former boss, so I don't want to burn any bridges. But here's a couple that I thought just were hideous. Number one, the Jungle of Doom, back in the first in the IOA, the Caretaker. Jungle of Doom. That was horrible. All right, I hate to say it. That thing was just horrific. You walk through the woods, and then there's a guy, zombie, da 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 da, and it was just so stupid. The second one, there's only like 3, I think, that were horrible. The second one was that Fear Factor maze. That, when you walk in, they had, all these spiders, snakes in these cages. And you walk through these little, and what got to me, guys? What got to me was the pillowed fish. That's what got to me. They had pillowed fish inside that Fear Factor. How tacky could you be to put pillowed fish in a haunted attraction? I think they wanted you just to take down the fish and put your head down on the ground or something. You want to take a nap. Alright? I never went through that maze ever again. I want that 3 minutes of my life back, actually, on that. That one was horrible. Last horrible maze in my book. Least horrible. This is the maze. Maybe the next one should be Scare Zones. Next one, because there's a couple Scare Zones I didn't like. The last maze I hated was the Storyteller's maze. Actually, let's do the House of Horrors in the Carnival of Carnage. Sweet 16. And the Storyteller maze. When the Storyteller was the icon. Those mazes were the crappiest freaking mazes I ever seen. Why don't we just throw this one in? I hate to say this, the Hollow. Oh, and then the Creatures maze last year. The Creatures maze was not that good either. It didn't really trigger, but I think the maze that topped everything in crappiness was Fear Factor. That was the crappiest freaking maze they ever built. What got to me was the damn pillowed fish. Who in the heck would carry pillowed fish in a, who would put pillowed fish into a maze? It sounds like Adrian would have done that. Adrian would have put something like that in, but that's let's have disco dancing zombies. So yeah, that's classic. That's original. Almost everyone does disco dancing zombies. I'm tired of seeing disco dancing zombies. If I see another disco dancing zombie, I'm gonna jam a fork into my eye and rip out my retina. But the next video is going to be Scare Zones, the worst Scare Zones ever. And then after that, it's the best haunted houses ever and the best Scare Zones ever. Talk to you in a little bit.